Hey, good morning, brothers. This is the Raw, the Real, and the Red Pill. Thanks for tuning in to another dialogue. And being a Ibmor man, I happen to sit and think as usual. You know, have a long travel to work and whatnot. And I just sit and just think, you know. And I was reflecting on the scripture and Proverbs of not giving your power over to the way that destroys kings. You know? And upon reflecting on this, I began thinking of what is that power? You know? And in what way do we give that power to a woman? And how does she destroy us with it? That power is your masculinity, the ability to build, the ability to endure, the ability to create. For after all, we are made in the image of the Most High. So the attributes of Him we do carry. Yes, indeed. That is the sole difference from a man and a woman. Because man was at first created alone. And then the Most High gave us a helpmeet. Gave us a counterpart to replicate, duplicate ourselves through the incubation of the seed of life in which we do carry. But this individual doesn't think as we do, does not have wisdom, discernment, accountability, and even control and dominion as we do. And in what ways does this woman acquire it? So we just discussed some of the attribute powers of a man. What is that of a woman? What is the power of a woman? Is it in her judgment? Because we all know the Most High carries the gavel of judgment. And us as men, we are introspectively responsible to keep judgment in all things. That's what keeps us in the realm of accountability, which is something that all young boys must learn to become men in fullness. There are no excuses. You understand? The power of a woman, we all know, is in her sexuality. And we must be aware that through her sexuality is how she compasses the man. How she acquires the power of the man. So I want to talk about, and this is going to be I'm not going to say it's going to be a touchy subject, because we are all men here. It's just something to think about. Of discipline. Of the retention of your seed. Oh, I know. Look, I just lost some attention right there. You're like, oh, nah, the hell with that. I come to notice that when you remove, and have not even necessarily removed, but implement discipline over your sexual desires, you become more empowered. You become more empowered. And I believe that it's scientifically proven through the exercise and exertion of seed retention, refraining from busting that nut. You understand? Simps can't even get this down. Simps have no standards. Simps run around trying to stick their cock in anything in any woman. And then, subsequently, being a victim of her programming, which is corrupted. Soon reaching his demise. Now, when we think of this theory, now let's go into the scientific aspects of it. What are the benefits of seed retention? And let me just get this straight. Seed retention is the discipline of abstaining from the release of your seed. You understand? I look at it as sex fasting. And not only in sex, but also in masturbation, as I don't even masturbate. I don't. Used to. I don't watch pornography. I don't. I used to. I used to do these things. But this video is not going to be for all the brothers. You know, some brothers just gotta feel good. I know my purple pill brothers probably done clicked off the video already. But this is a real topic. Scientifically, in the retention of your seed, it coherently raises your testosterone levels. We all know in high testosterone levels, it helps implement muscle mass, muscle recovery. You understand? I come to notice and realize, due to the nature of my labors, which I'm actually on my way to do now, on my way to work, it's very, very extensive, physically demanding, as most of us men who have to get it out the mud, per se. Our construction workers, HVAC, plumbing, transportation, postal services. There's many. They are innumerable. The civil engineers, you know, the mechanics, the auto body technicians, all the jobs. Oh, the refuse, the trash removal, all the jobs that are necessary for society to keep going require men in strength, in cognitive ability, and in focus, and in discipline. It requires us to keep all those things to complete the task at hand and to continue building a strong society. I know it gets difficult sometimes, especially for me. I'll be out, oh man, every day. You know that when you're out and you see that, okay, for me, I was at Subway yesterday having my lunch. A young lady walked in. She was rushing. She walked in, went to the back of Subway and put on her uniform. And brothers, I will say indeed, this woman was a dime piece. Her ass cheeks were dribbling left, right to left. Firm, not loose, but firm and soft. You understand? Flat stomach, beautiful C-cup breast, caramel complected, wavy, beautiful hair. The woman appeared to be foreign, maybe from, I don't know, she looked Somalian maybe. She definitely did have a very exotic and foreign appearance to herself. It's going to be times when you're retaining your seed, moments like this where you're going to want to slip up and try to get that girl's number and try to, quite frankly, get in that ass. But it is at this moment that you begin to lose your power. For that is the natural weakness of a man in the beginning of sippery. And the woman knows this. Here I am, staring at this woman, and she was staring back. presumably choosing. Did I approach? No. Because we must master and be disciplined and discipline the carnal nature that we inherently possess as men. We must master ourselves that we may not be manipulated, be controlled, and at the end of the day, when the end game comes into play, be victimized and be in the seat of a victim by a woman. How can you dominate that woman as it is your right as a man when she knows you are weak for her? Be weak for no woman. Make her wait. Make her bend over backwards. No pun intended. Because the woman bent over is personally one of my favorite styles to penetrate her with. You understand? But when you remove and deny the sexual prowess of a woman, and you retain your seed, you become more focused in life. You automatically remove her from the pedestalization that simps, a world full of simps, in a world that social standards support her and believe that she does not do righteously by the support in which she does have. You understand? You'll find out that a woman is a hindrance. Someone who makes more likely the possibilities of losses and L's in your life. Her words mean nothing. She is not accountable for anything. And most of the time, you will find yourself having to be accountable for this woman's fuck-ups. That's why you must be the head over her. Because she is as if she is like a child. Unable. Alone. She's unable. Unable in what? I'll let you be the judge. They all differ in many ways. But in the core root, they are all unaccountable. They are all lacking in discernment. Lacking in wisdom. So she is unable. She is lost. But for her, that fat round ass she has, and them supple breasts that she likes to reveal the cleavage of, is her hook to anchor herself onto a solid foundation that she may not be as a leaf in the wind. Most of the time, dwindling to the fire. You understand? The fire of life. The 40 to 50-year-old angry, bitter woman who was alone. She doesn't want to be that. She wants a simp. And while I was talking about that story at Subway at work yesterday, when I saw this very attractive woman, I was sitting down eating my meatball marinara sub, and there was an older gentleman with his older wife. The woman was overweight, no longer attractive. Sexual marketplace value may be that of $1. And many men wouldn't pay that to fuck her. And here this man was. I'm sitting down eating my food, battling the carnality of my flesh, that I may be empowered by trying not to look and observe at this very fine, sexy woman I was speaking of earlier. And that's when this couple, the older couple I just mentioned, had walked past me. The woman went to her seat. The man was at the soda machine. The woman wanted her drink mixed. He was in there mixing fucking drinks like a hotel bartender. You understand? For his woman. He would go back after her yelling at him from maybe about 20 feet away from him as he's standing at the machine to get the drink for her. She's yelling at him, discussing with him how she wants to drink. I lie to you not, in the process of eating my meal, this man got up at the minimum of 4 times to make this woman the drink how she liked it. Because she didn't like it. And here we have it. A fucking simp. A man who has given his power over to a woman. An old fucking maid. Do you have no dignity? I wanted to tell that old man, brother, she should be up here making your drink. You are the prize. You are the benefit of her. In all ways, in all entirety. Without you, what will be the point of her existence? I see a day coming, brethren, when the brothers will begin to realize, as the brother Escape Black Man said, that ass is a trap, though. If we look at King Solomon, another man who has implemented some simpery, a very rich man, and the irony of it all that he was said to be the wisest man who ever lived, which I somewhat believe, because if you read the book of Proverbs and Ecclesiastes, and if you go into the Apocrypha and read the book of Ecclesiasticus, these are the roots and foundations of the wisdom of life. And even he himself has written to give not your power over to a woman. But maybe he was in too deep to get out. The mistake was already made as he began building idols for these wicked bitches. As he began turning his heart away from the one who put him in a place of power, from the one who gave him the riches, from the God of his fathers. He divided the kingdom for this. That was the repercussions for what Solomon did with this, 700 wives, a couple hundred concubines. Solomon lost his power. You understand? If we look back, he not only did he lose his power, he lost his way. He lost his way. From whom? The woman from which he empowered, following the carnality of his flesh. If we go back to the beginning with Adam and Eve, when the Father had judged the serpent and then judged Eve, the Father then had turned to Adam, and 2 things were spoken against him. Number 1, he had disobeyed the command. And number 2, which is what a lot of brothers need to focus on. They need to understand this. He listened to that damned woman. It is out of order, out of pocket, and out of natural order. Everything a woman says out of her mouth must be scrutinized, must be looked and examined, must be validated, or simply tossed to the side as just another stupid ass remark from a woman. She comes from you. Her whole purpose is to serve you, but through that vagina, You have become the servant. You have become the slave. The roles have been reversed. And she shall rule over you wickedly, because it's in her nature. All men die because of a woman. We all have to taste death because of a woman. So if you want to remove a lot of evil out of your life, if you want to live, if you want to be empowered, if you want to be focused, if you want to create, you understand? You might want to remove the one thing that can destroy all of that from your will and from your existence. And that would be that damn woman. The only way you are to be with a woman is in pure dominance over her, to subjugate her under your rule and authority, for it is a righteous thing, and it is proper, and it is in order. For she cannot think cognitively, because she cannot have reason, for she cannot be accountable. Her words are empty, they mean nothing. You must understand this, because they are from a state of emotion, not a state of logic. Brothers, I see a day when men will no longer be simps, will no longer give over their power, but rather be empowered in utter domination and in the subjugation of the enemy, the one who destroys you, the one who envies you, the one who wants all praise, honor, and glory over all things. The one who seeks to be as God over you. Even Sarah called Abraham Lord. Essentially, you are the God over her. And I'm going to end this as I have arrived to my destination. But I would like brothers to consider whether you're married, whether you're a bachelor. Consider focusing on your goals. Consider focusing on creating. Consider focusing on a legacy, on building, even if it's yourself. When you become consumed in the flames of lust, go to the gym, burn it off, build your muscle mass, do some push-ups, read a book, create. Focus. And this bitch will have no place but to fall back in line, for her only tool of empowerment will no longer work to her will of manipulation. You understand? Thank you for tuning in to another dialogue with the raw, the real, and the red pill. You all have a good one.